Yo, what's going on, guys? And I thought let's talk about Caruso being added to the Thunder, which first off, they had to move on from Josh Giddey. Sam Presti loves Josh Giddey, from what I've been told by. I was with someone who would, and when I went to Italy for the Adidas Euro camp, I was with somebody who is very close to the Thunder camp, and it's very hard to be close to the Thunder camp because they don't talk to media. And he told me the relationship was Sam Presti absolutely adores Josh Giddey, and Coach Mark Dagnall likes Josh Giddey, but the problem was it was more of I like you, like you're a good player stuff, but you don't fit my offense. Like I've in my offense, you're a secondary ball handler who is more of a forward. While I personally viewed Josh Giddey being a similar player to Lonzo Ball. That's the way. And people are gonna be like, "What? What?" It's like, guys, you don't realize. For Josh Giddey was a guy that like the belief was he was going to be, and so Caruso, the way Adrian Wojnarowski put it out on Twitter is being seen as Andre Iguodala arriving to Golden State. Now, I personally think that you're being a bit overzealous. That's a bit ostentatious because Andre Iguodala, before he arrived to Golden State, had just been spent a few seasons being the successor to Allen Iverson, and then Philadelphia tried building around Drew Holiday, Thaddeus Young, and Andre Iguodala, and then they brought in Bynum and Evan Turner, and that just didn't work. And then he goes to Denver Nuggets as like they just got him. He was an expiring contract. He plays in Denver. They don't keep him. And at this point in his career, he's kind of I don't see it as the same because at this point in his career, Andre Iguodala, what is this? He third, 6'9". Okay, he's a 9-year vet. So let's just look. Andre Iguodala in the first 9 years of his career was like an 18 point per game scorer. Andre Iguodala stats first 9 years of career. Let's see what it says his stats were for the first 9 years of his career. His first 9 years, he averaged 15 points per game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists in the first 9 seasons of his career. Now, Alex Caruso, so far in his career, he has averaged 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Defensively, are they the same player? Maybe. I think he's a bit better. Like, it's not the same. It's not the same. I get that he's a very good player, Alex Caruso. Look, Caruso now coming over is, I think, a huge thing for me. Somebody, my boy Pierre Pee-wee the Plug from Through the Wire or whatever they're called now. He's joking around that Harrison Barnes, Zach LaVine trade's happening now. But the reason why they did the Caruso Josh Giddey is gives him a point guard of the future. But besides that, I think they're going to continue to push for a playoff. And I think the Thunder, they didn't give up any assets. Yeah, they didn't get any assets for Josh Giddey. They got a really good player. The one concern with Alex Caruso is health. Caruso, over the last few seasons, has 71 games this year, which was a career high. Year before 67, year before that 41. And then with the Lakers, he played 64 and 58 his last 2 years. So there is that concern. However, I think trading for Caruso at peak value for a guy who's at his lowest value and getting no picks back or getting no picks involved, I think it was a very neutral trade. You're not risking much, and you can extend Caruso, which we're hearing. I think Woj said the deal for Caruso to be extended would be a 4-year, $80 million. Again, you get to extend him. You have him there. And what this does is, if you look at the Thunder rotation, the Thunder, they had Kassan Wallace this past season as kind of their sixth, with Isaiah Joe, kind of their sixth man, which I think was fine. And let's just look at what there was in the playoffs, because I think the playoffs really show what the true lineup was that they trust. So starting, as we knew, what they liked, Josh Giddey, Josh Giddey, Chet Holmgren, Lou Dort, J-Dub, and Shea. And then they ran kind of like during the regular season, their like actual 6-man by minutes was Cason Wallace, but in the playoffs it became Isaiah Joe and then Aaron Wiggins, and then they had Jay Will. That was kind of like their 8-man rotation they ran. Well, I guess Cason still got 20 minutes a night. I just felt like Cason wasn't scoring like that, and I think bringing in Caruso, so now the way that you would see, there's a possibility. I think Kenrick Williams, Ousmane Dieng are still going to be traded. But Caruso, if Isaiah Joe or Aaron Wiggins were to be either Isaiah Joe's a free agent, Aaron Wiggins, they might do the thing where they decline his option and becomes a restricted free agent and then they re-sign him. But what it does is now Caruso is probably the 6-man playing 20 minutes a night. Cason Wallace is the 7th guy. So that basically square. And then you still have Wiggins and Jay Will. You bring in another guy who I think really now all you need is a microwave, like a Malik Monk. But it really sets this team up quite nicely to do this trade well. So let's see. We'll just put out the full story and we'll look at it right here. See if I can pick apart anything. Now, Giddey, the 6th player, 6th overall pick. All right, the Caruso's addition, Adrian Wojnarowski writes, gives the Thunder 3 of the best on-ball defenders on one team: Caruso, Lou Dort, and Cason Wallace. Caruso shot 41% on 3-pointers and ranked 4th in steals in the NBA last season. Caruso was 2nd in defense half-court matchups against 2024 NBA All-Star players, trailing only his new teammate Lou Dort, according to ESPN stats and information. Caruso, as we mentioned earlier, is eligible for a 4-year, $80 million deal. Contract extension 6 months from the date of this trade. He's entering the final year of his deal. The Thunder made the deal with the hopes of keeping Caruso as an integral part of the team long-term, source says. So you got that. And yeah, the trade that delivers the best role player, the most coveted role player, who's 30 years old. And as we said earlier, they're comparing it to Mr. Andre Iguodala. So, I mean, look, I think it's huge, okay, for them that they did this deal. I think there are some risks health-wise. Caruso's body's been somewhat brittle. However, I think it's a deal that you look at it and you think, okay, it's worth it. So why the Thunder traded for Alex Caruso will be the name of this video. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys did enjoy. Like, subscribe. Bye. That's it. I'm just gonna head out and cheers.